Mailbag time. See what's in here. Don't forget to click like and subscribe if you like mailbag videos or electronics related things or product reviews, stuff like that. Oh, we've got 2 more packages in here. Bonus. There'll be links down below for most of these items too, if I can. Ooh. So 4mm adapters. So you've got a spade terminal there. Got a male to male. What's the point of that? I think it's male to male. Yeah, I'm quite sure what the point of that one is. Doesn't that just adapt to the same thing? Oh, I know what it is, because this will be allowing for sleeved male connectors. So what it would be if you got one of these kinds of connectors. So then you can slide that one over and then you've got a bare end on the end. Now that makes sense. Very handy actually, in fact. You've got a joiner. Some more of those. You've got some 2mm, 4mm to 2mm type jacks as well. Very handy. Some larger spades. Got some like probe tips. More joiners, stuff like that, more probe tips. Okay. Nice little selection there. So if you need to adapt cables or potentially extend cables, you know, you need to have some slightly longer wires for doing probing from where your meter could possibly be, or from 2 ends of the circuit, or each end of a wire or something like that. You can use things like these to extend them. Stick 2 wires together, back end to end, and have longer probes. Handy. But yeah, spade terminal stuff. These are all like low voltage rated. These are all 30 volt rated. So not really meant for doing high voltage stuff. Obviously for protection, circuitry, and the fact they're bare connections and what have you. So, and you're all set. Also, don't forget to check out the playlist at the end of this video. They'll pop up on the screen when I finish recording, and they'll point you to some other things you may be interested in. It's YouTube recommendations for a start, things like YouTube thinks you might like in my videos section, and also another playlist of mailbag videos and so on. So, interested in mailbag videos, of course you're watching this one, maybe you want to watch some more, then available there too. Right, this looks promising. Nice bit of foam around it. Let's open this up here. This is for a project which I've got coming up. Here we go, very nice. That's a 20x4 LCD display. So it's a parallel display, and this is for something I'm going to be building soon. I'm collecting all the parts for it, and I've got a whole bunch of stuff coming. I've got a whole bunch of stuff here. I'm going to have to record 4 mailbags in one go. This is one of the parts I'm waiting for. Excellent. Ordered a few of them. I thought I actually had some, but I couldn't find them, so I bought some more. That's where it goes. Oh, PCBway. Okay, tape. Remember Christmas thing. Always give you little gifts when you buy things from them. We'll have a sticker, 70th anniversary sticker. So this is actually a sponsorship thing, I suppose. These PCBs were not paid for by me. These are sponsored by PCBway. They didn't cost me anything, for full disclosure. But this is a project I'm building. Now I actually did show you in a previous video something I designed and built. It's a DIY sort of prototype. And this is a proper PCB for them. I've actually had some more ideas about this project too. So 4164 DRAM Tester. So this is basically a proper PCB for my prototype here. So this is my prototype which I made before, and this is the proper PCB. So I'm going to basically transpose all that onto this PCB and have this one working instead of the prototype. Now I actually had some ideas about this, because this was just a basic tester just for doing what I needed, was test a RAM chip, right? And you can get other ones out there, you can buy them. And I actually got another one here, you'll see that soon. And this is the one I just wanted to build because I wanted a nice little OLED display and that sort of stuff on it and what have you. I actually had an idea. Without much work, you can actually modify this to do in-circuit testing. I'm pretty sure I could get this to do in-circuit testing of DRAM chips. So you could have a clip-on lead, you clip that onto the DRAM chip, and then you can do it in circuit. Normally you can't do this because what will happen is you're powering the entire device, so it's powering all the parallel data lines, stuff like that, because they're parallel lines, is what they work in most cases. So usually you have trouble with that. But what I thought I could do is a bit different. I'll reveal more in the future. This will be a project I've got to build, and this will be a review video, obviously on the balls and that sort of stuff. And pretty quick turnaround. I think these arrived in basically, I think 1.5 weeks or so from the time I ordered them. Maybe it might have even been a week. I've had them sitting there for a little while. Something to watch for coming up. I'll be building this onto here. These are available. You can actually build these yourself. This is available on PCBway. I actually got the project on PCBway. You can actually download the Gerbers for this, or even buy the balls directly from PCBway, and you can make them yourself. This is open source. You can get it. You can get the firmware, the code and stuff for it. It's available. And so with this idea I have for doing an in-circuit tester version, we use exactly the same board. At least I believe it will. I don't think I need to make any changes to the hardware. I think I can use the same hardware without changing that. So I've got some ideas for this, which will also be available open source once I get there. Oh, that's awesome packaging. I'm bent over. Okay, what are these things? These are apparently ULN2003 APs. So these are basically like relay drivers. Now this particular style of dip package is actually getting harder to find. These may or may not be real, they could be fake. I don't know, they could be real. The package available for these now is the this SOIC version, stuff like that. And you still get those versions. So if you really need to, you can get one of them, put them on an adapter and put them on the board. But I thought I'll get some of these, I mean, after try them actually and see if they're real or not. But well, my tester says it's a ULN 2002, 2003 or 2004. It looks like it might be real. Excellent. So there'll be links for these things down below. And thanks to my Patreon supporters as well. Help support the channel, or YouTube members. Stuck in there. There we go. Alright, these are just some battery stickers. So you put these on the back of your battery when you're doing a battery replacement on a cell phone. And you can use these to hold the battery. And these are actually removable strips, so you just peel them off. And you need to take the battery back out again. You just get the tab and you just pull it. And it stretches it and it just makes it pull out from behind the battery, so you just remove the battery without too much trouble. These are the kind of thing using like iPhones and stuff like that. Now these aren't actually iPhone ones, these are different ones, but a sticker's a sticker's a sticker's, right? So I don't really care. They'll do the job. I've done lots of iPhone replacement batteries, stuff like that, and iPhone refurbs, I suppose. So I've got playlists for those too if you want to see them. I've done over 900 videos now. I think I'm getting close to 1,000 videos actually in reality. I've got something there you're bound to be interested in, so make sure you go and check out my back catalogue here, because I've been making videos for like 5 years or so now, something like that. All sorts of stuff, like test gear and what have you, and gadgets. Okay, these are some more balance boards, which are similar to what I showed in the previous mailbag. So these are a little bit different. So you've got P minus, P positive. So these are the outputs, which basically you supply, which you get to. Your battery minus, B2 minus, B1 minus, B positive, B3 minus. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4 cell modules. So these are like BMS and load balancers. So these will load balance the cells. So if you've got a 4 cell battery pack, you can load this up to it and it will balance them. So if you say you've got a pack of 4 cells in series, what you could potentially do is you get 1 or 2 cells which will be really strong and 1 or 2 cells which will be really weak, and that'll bring the whole pack down and basically kill the pack. But if you have a balancer in there, it will load down the heavier cells, or load down the better cells, and that'll give the weaker cells a chance to come up, and helps keep things in balance and makes the battery pack last a lot longer, and just gives you a better general maintenance side of things. You know, if you're doing battery charges and stuff quite often on them, you know, if you're doing it once a month or so, they will go out of balance. So having something like this in there is really helpful. Got some projects, so I need to put these in. Nope, missed. Making a mess of this. That's heavy. What is that? So we've got a bunch of rechargeable batteries. So some AAA's, some AA's. Yeah, some more AA's. So it sort of occurred to me, I've been using a lot of AA's and like multimeter stuff like that. I'm thinking, well, why do I keep on doing this? I mean, these days battery technology has come a long way from where it used to be, and having rechargeable batteries is a good idea because you're not putting waste into landfill. You're not just, you know, using them once and throwing them away, which is incredibly wasteful and expensive. I mean, you're sure these are more expensive to get originally, and you do have the hassles of recharging them and what have you. But once you've got them, If you've got enough of them, you can just cycle them around. You know, you just have some already ready to go, and when you need to charge them out, you just swap them out and then charge up the other ones. Use the inner loops and energizers. So we'll see how these go. I mean, I'm thinking that I'm constantly throwing these batteries away because the batteries I've been buying is like these cheap multi-pack things, you know, and they're a fraction of the capacity of a decent battery, that kind of thing. Just good for the environment, I suppose, having these recycled over and over again because, you know, just recharge them versus throwing them in the bin. Do the right thing, people. One package, let's go. I did actually have a specific purpose for these. I don't think it was just multimeters. I think there's something else I was actually going to use them on. But do you think I can remember what it is now? Nope. It's gone. Moving on. Looks suspiciously like another Element 14 package. So these have another warning saying that these parts will no longer be available because they're no longer manufactured once the stocks are depleted. 470 microfarad 16 volt axial capacitors. Again, these are using older gear. It is making me kind of nervous that these particular parts are getting harder and harder to find. Even Element 14 seems to be starting to reduce their stocks because manufacturers apparently aren't making them anymore. That's getting me a bit worried actually, because I do a lot of capacitor replacements, and if these get impossible to find, then it's going to be a problem, isn't it? You have to bodge in something else, but I'd rather not. Don't forget to check out the playlist at the end. Don't forget to click like and subscribe, so give me a thumbs up in other words. There's heaps of videos to watch in the playlist. Check them out. I've got lots of options there. So I've got about 1,000 videos there for you to watch. I've been doing this for a while now. Not as Mailbag, but I've got lots of electronics repairs, which is my main passion, and product reviews and things which might be interested or relevant to electronics space stuff. I mean, most of my stuff is electronics based. I do have some engineering type stuff too from time to time, you know, car repair stuff, but I don't do a lot of that. Bit of welding and things like that. Not like I'm a very good welder, but you know, I can make two bits of metal stick together. Kiss later. Bye. Check the playlist out.